I wasn't even planning on making a video today, but I just caught wind of this bipartisan House Resolution 1154 that just passed 371 to 18 called Condemning QAnon and Rejecting the Conspiracy Theories it Promotes. Now, like I've said in previous videos, I get suspicious when they label things conspiracy theory, when they tabletop war game things like Agenda 21 and Event 201 and the Transition Integrity Project. And I get curious when global elites say they're doing something for the benefit of our health, and I do a really big think when they say they're doing something to keep us safe. I don't know. I mean, something about just being lied to your whole life makes you suspicious. It's weird, I know, but this seems to be exactly what is happening with this resolution, and I just wanted to get out in front of it and give you guys a little bit of information about it.
Patrick, Adam Kinzinger, Josh Gottheimer, and Elaine Luria. And it is specifically about QAnon. QAnon is a movement promoting a collection of unfounded conspiracy theories that have spread on the internet over the last several years. These conspiracy theories undermine public trust in our democratic institutions and our election process. QAnon initially alleged that prominent Americans are engaged in a secret plot to control the world while using their power to exploit children, and now extends to a range of dangerous conspiracy theories. The FBI has assessed with high confidence that, quote, fringe political conspiracy theories, including QAnon, very likely motivate some domestic extremists wholly or in part to engage in criminal or violent activity, and that these conspiracy theories, again, this is a quote, very likely encourage the targeting of specific people, places, and organizations, thereby increasing the likelihood of violence against these targets. I did want to note for members, and some of you may know this, the resolution's lead sponsor, Representative Malinowski, has recently faced threats from QAnon supporters after he was falsely accused of lobbying to protect sexual predators.
Do you know?
According to the Combating Terrorism Center at the West Point Military Academy, and this is again a quote, QAnon is arguably no longer simply a fringe conspiracy theory, but an ideology that has demonstrated its capacity to radicalize to violence individuals at an alarming speed. Fortunately, a growing number of political leaders recognize the threat that QAnon poses. This includes Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who recently said that there is no place for QAnon in the Republican Party. The Malinowski-Riggleman resolution does several things. It condemns QAnon and rejects the conspiracy theories it promotes. It encourages the FBI and all federal law enforcement agencies to continue to strengthen their focus on preventing violence, threats, harassment, and other criminal activity by extremists motivated by fringe political conspiracy theories. And finally, it urges all Americans, regardless of our beliefs or partisan affiliation, to seek information from authoritative sources and to engage in political debate from a common, factual foundation. I would hope that these are principles that we could all agree with on a bipartisan basis, and I hope for bipartisan support of this resolution. Now I'd like to say
Okay, so getting into the bill itself, it says on the first page, it establishes that conspiracy theories are dangerous and they fuel prejudice and acts of terrorism and even genocide. And QAnon is promoting this horrible stuff, and QAnon says that the world is run by a secret global pedophile ring. Okay, going on to page 2, it says that QAnon even has the audacity to question the official narrative of 9/11 and vaccines, and let's just throw aliens in there to hammer home the idea that these people are crazy. It says the ADL, an organization created to keep a pedophile out of jail, by the way, says QAnon is, wait for it, anti-Semitic, and that conspiracies like what QAnon pushes are the reason anti-Semitism exists. It says the FBI has high confidence that QAnon is very likely to motivate extremists and encourage violence against specific people, and I think we all know who they're talking about here. And not only that, but they'll list a few QAnon adherents out of the millions of them. One crazy man who in 2018 plotted to plant a bomb because of Pizzagate, and another guy who blocked traffic on the Hoover Dam bypass bridge. Going on to page 3, it says a guy who vandalized a Catholic church may have been involved in QAnon. Can anyone cross-check this with hate crime hoaxes? I'd love to know. A woman who plotted to kidnap her child, and a guy who murdered a crime boss last year. A woman who was arrested for having knives and posting a video accusing Biden of being a pedophile. Says the big 5 tech companies have censored QAnon groups and content for the same things mainstream media do all the time, by the way, which is misinform and lie and harass, and that QAnon are harming legitimate efforts to combat the global pedophile ring we just told you was a conspiracy. On page 4, they remind us that it's conspiracy theory that undermines America and mud democracy, and it's why we're so polarized, by the way. It has nothing to do with the mainstream media shoving bullshit in our face every single day and stirring up fear and lying to us. It's all because of conspiracy theory and the fact that people are waking up to what liars we are. Because people aren't buying into our bullshit anymore, so we need the government to control what people think. And page 5, item 5, by the way, a great closer urges all Americans, regardless of beliefs or partisan affiliation, to seek information from authoritative sources and to engage in political debate from a common factual foundation, i.e., exactly what we tell you to believe. I'll include the links to all these documents in the description, and now you all know, or you should know by now, that I'm no Q-tard, but I don't think this is about Q at all. It's about the fact that major power structures are being threatened, and when that happens, they want to get out in front of it, and they want to label it a conspiracy theory, whatever it is. And in this case, it's questioning 9/11, the safety of vaccines, Pizzagate, the global elite pedophile ring. It's never been debunked, yet they just continue to call it a conspiracy theory. And really, it's not about Q at all. It's about lumping all these ideas that threaten globalist power structures, labeling them conspiracy theories, doubling down on the conspiracy theory label by calling them anti-Semitic, and further undermining serious inquiry into these ideas by calling Congress together to condemn it all. And by the way, mention that all of this is dangerous to our democracy, and to list the ways it has and will continue to radicalize people by listing 6 incidents of crimes Q adherents were supposedly inspired to commit. And of course, the closer, that item number 5, urges all Americans, regardless of beliefs, to seek information from authoritative sources. That's right, don't listen to the quacks on the internet. Listen to the mainstream media, because we have never lied to you your whole life. We've never been dishonest with you. Don't listen to those people on the internet. They are conspiracy theorists, and they don't know what they're talking about. So as always, if you like this content, sub and share. Tell me what you think in the comments section and read the documents for yourself. My last video was largely about the suppression of free speech on the internet, and this is a good follow-up to that. I got lots of good stuff coming up, some interesting people to interview, so stay tuned. And reach out to me if you want to collaborate or just chat about this stuff. I love you guys. God bless.